How to handle setbacks without losing focus. I wanted to make this video right now because I'm actually going through setbacks right now. I literally have a back brace on as I'm making this video. I am not in my Miami penthouse. I'm in this crammed 1-bedroom apartment. My family was here for the holidays. Doha's living with me right now in this spot. I'm flying back to Miami tomorrow, but man, the last couple weeks has been setback after setback after setback. Initially, it was the holidays, which fucks up everybody's routine, everybody's goals. Then the New Year's came around, everybody's motivated. My family was still here. Then they left. Doha came back from Morocco. Then I tweaked my back and I just started my bulk. I literally just started my bulk and I'm like 3 days into it, I end up tweaking my back. And so this last week for me, I've been stuck in this tiny, what is this, maybe 800 square foot apartment with another woman here with 2 pets and a cat. And it's just extremely cold outside too. It's literally 12 degrees outside. So can't walk outside, can't really be mobile, have not been able to go to the gym, have not been able to film my content, right? Well, I take that back. I've been able to do these things using what I wanted to explain in this video, but all these different obstacles have been getting thrown at me this week or the last couple of weeks now, because we're like, over a week into January. So since 2/3 of the way through December up until now, just obstacles and setbacks. And so I want to explain to you guys how to not lose focus, because understand on the journey, on your self-development journey, on your business, on your brand, you working on your social confidence, you going down that path to really just become the best version of yourself, there inevitably will be setbacks. It's great when things are going well and you're on fire and you're just like crushing shit. But what happens when inevitably that curveball gets thrown at you, that obstacle gets thrown at you? That's where most people end up falling off. All right, I have managed to overcome those obstacles. In my past, in my 20s, I was always fluctuating. I never got to the weight I wanted in terms of my physique. I was never able to quit smoking weed. I was never able to consistently film the content. I had a failed YouTube channel in 2013 or 2012, 2013. I had a failed YouTube channel because I didn't have the right mindset. I wanted to be a rapper. I gave up on that dream in my early 20s. I had all of these different goals that I was moving towards. And had I have had the right mindset around all those things, I would have actually gotten success. Everybody is capable of success. Every single person watching this, I promise you, I don't care how old you are, I don't care what's going on in your life, you are capable of success. The only thing that's really stopping you is the mindset and the consistency. If we could get the mindset dialed in and you have the right path laid out in front of you to ensure that you can stay consistent, meaning there's certain tools and levers you can pull to ensure how to do that, those are the two pieces. Anybody that falls off, it's because they have the wrong mindset, or even if they start doing the thing, they just can't stay consistent with it. All right. I am nothing more than a average or slightly below average dude that just stayed somewhat consistent. I just never fully quit. Like I wasn't even that consistent. I just never fully quit. Right. And so a big part of not losing focus when the setbacks come in is before the setbacks come in, you need to go in with the mindset of inevitably there's going to be setbacks. Inevitably, there's going to be setbacks. And so if you guys watch a lot of my content, a lot of what I talk about is doing the reflection, having structure for the day, acknowledging the wins, injecting the positive self-talk every time you take the action, regardless if you get the result or not. That is extremely important because you need to slowly rewire your brain to stay focused on the day-to-day action. The reason that you will fall off, the reason that you will no longer feel motivated, the reason that you will lose focus is because you start focusing on, did I get the result or not? Did I get the result I wanted or not? Versus, did I take the action or not? And those are two different things. You can take the action and not get the result. And I promise you, there's been so many times where I've taken the action and I didn't get the result. And in my 20s, those were the times that I gave up. In my early 20s, I had such low confidence, I just didn't even take the actions. When I wanted to be the rapper and the guy, the Logic, the Mac Miller guy, I never pulled the trigger on even making the music video. I was afraid to take the action. Then in my mid to late 20s, I started getting more into cold approach and dating. And so I started to take some action. I wasn't able to stay consistent because I was so focused on, did I get the result or not? And so my progression with cold approach and social confidence took probably 5 to maybe 10x longer than it needed to had I have gone into it with the right mindset and the right tracking in place, right? I was focused on the wrong things, wrong mindset, and didn't have the tracking and accountability in place to allow me to stay consistent with it enough. And because of those two things, it took me a really long time. We're talking about maybe 4 years straight of doing it until I really got the result that I probably could have gotten in 6 to 12 months. 4 years. So yeah, that's like a 6 to 10x timeline, elongated timeline of what it needed to be. Could have been so much more accelerated. All right. And so when you lose focus, essentially what's going on is your perspective changes. You no longer are focusing on the right things. You lose focus and you start looking at the results. You start looking at the excuses, and you probably also went in with the wrong mindset of what the timeline is going to be on the front end, right? You don't go, and I've said this before, you don't go into the gym expecting to be jacked in 1 month. You don't. You shouldn't go into making content or building social confidence or getting shredded and expect those things to happen within 1 month. You need to go in with the right mindset of, hey, this is actually going to take a while. This is actually going to take a while, but it's going to be so fruitful if I could just stay with this thing. And there's going to be ups and downs, and there's going to be a lot of days where I don't actually get the result, where all I'll have at the end of the day, the only thing that I will walk away with at the end of the day is a piece of paper that says I took the action. That's it. And my internal dialogue. So if you're focused on the right things and you can manually inject the positive self-talk to acknowledge those wins on the day-to-day, it might not seem like much the first day you do it, the first week you do it, the first month you do it, because you don't realize that you're metaphorically putting money into a bank account every day, bro. And that is building up. It will have a compounding effect, and inevitably it will hit a breaking point where you have so much positive momentum and positive self-talk pushing you in the right direction that you can't stop. Even when the setbacks come in. Like, look, I got this back brace on. I had to take like naproxen too because it was actually very painful. That didn't stop me. Didn't stop me from hitting the wake up time. I still went to the gym. 267 days in a row now. Obviously, I'm not doing squats or heavy weight. I put the back brace on. I did the naproxen. Hit the sauna, loosened up. Made sure I hit the treadmill. Made sure I did a very, very light workout. And look, is that the best thing for my back right now? Probably not. I'm aware of that. I didn't have a massive setback, but it's not healing as fast as it could have. I don't give a fuck. I'd rather have a really strong mindset and a routine and a character that will always hit the action regardless of the result, regardless if it's even the right move for the day. I don't care. What I'm obsessed with is just committing to that process, because that's the mindset, that's the character, that's the guy who's not going to lose focus when the setbacks do come in. And that takes practice, man. I've failed at these things for years on end. But I've also coached hundreds of dudes since 2018. And what I can tell you consistently is the dudes that come in with the right mindset, the right timeline, and they just focus on the actions. Yeah, they come to calls and I can coach them and I'm like, hey, dude, you're thinking this way. We need to, I reframe their brain. That's the power of coaching and having accountability and having a community, is the reframing in tough times. Because when you don't have any of that and you're just there by yourself and it's just you and it's just your whack friends and it's just the content, it can only get you so far, right? It can only get you so far. But when you can do all of these things properly and you go in and you got the support and you got the structure and you have the motivation, you get the coaching you need, when you could do that consistently, bro, I promise you could build a fucking insane character. That's the guy I feel like I'm becoming. That's what I take a lot of pride in myself about doing that. Now it's at a point where it's like, I don't care what setbacks are going on. I don't care if the family's here or it's the holiday or it's a back injury or it's freezing outside. Like, dude, I'm getting my steps in right here. I'm literally pacing in this room in between my coaching calls today, and I'm going to hit my 20K steps. I'm going to hit my content, even if, the lighting shit, I got the light blinding me and there's this ugly background and I got a back brace on. So I was like, what am I going to talk about, right? I have all these excuses to not film the fucking video. All the excuses. The excuses don't matter though, man. The excuses don't matter. It's the character you're creating that will not lose focus when the setbacks kick in. That's the guy that's going to succeed. That's the guy that I'm showing you, I'm training you to be on a daily basis. If you watch the videos on the channel every single day, any one video might not do it for you. Give it a year, bro. Watch every fucking video. Get as close to this energy and this content as you can. If you got the money to invest, get into the program. If you're a successful dude and you can do the one-on-one, get into the one-on-one. I promise you it will accelerate your life. I promise you it will change. If it changes your mindset and it holds you accountable enough for you to stay consistent over an extended period of time, that is everything right there. All right, links are down below if you actually want to do that to make a real transformation. If you got no money, keep watching the free content I got. I'm going to drop this shit every day. I don't miss on the shit. I don't care what's going on. All right, that's all for this video, guys. Click the links down below for the coaching programs in 2025. Let me change your life. That's all for today, fellas. Peace out.